In your notebook, make sure that you're writing today's date, 8.3, use zero and negative exponents. We will be able to define and use zero and negative exponents. Evaluate the expression, simplify the expression, they all refer to the same thing. So copy question number 5. So you get negative 3 to the power of negative 1. So the one thing you got to be cautious is the 1 is not positive. So far you have dealt with positive exponent. So this will be a negative exponents to deal with. When you're talking about the negative exponents, you switch the level. If it is on the numerator, you bring it to the denominator. If it is on the denominator, you switch it to the numerator. So what I'm going to do is, since I am looking at this as a negative, I realize that I have to switch the place. So to switch the place, this being on the top level, I'm just going to write a 1 on the bottom. So I'm basically going to reverse places. I reverse a place in exchange for a positive exponent. I cannot do anything with a negative exponent. So in exchange for a positive exponent, I am trading my place. I'm giving up my place. So 1 comes on the numerator and negative 3 gets a positive 1 on the denominator. So this is the exchange offer. So I can exchange places only if I have a negative exponent to give up my spot. So now I have 1 to the power of negative 3 just stays the same. So this is basically negative 1 over 3. You can write the negative on the denominator, on the numerator, or on the side. It only belongs in one place. Copy question number 11. So if you look at 2 and 7, what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply the negative 2 to the 2, and I'm going to give the negative 2 to the 7. That's the first step I always do. So I'm going to give 2 my negative 2, and I'm going to give 7 my negative 2. So both of them gets a negative 2. Now what I'm doing is I realize that the exponents in this case is negative, and this exponent is also negative. So I need to switch their places. So this will go on the numerator and this will go on the denominator. So this is basically going to change to 7 gets a positive 2, 2 gets a positive 2 for an exponent. So the negative exponent now disappears, change it to positives. So the one thing you have to understand is the highlighted ones. So the 2 on the top now went down. The 7 on the bottom goes up. So 7 to the power of 2 is nothing but 49. 2 to the power of 2 is nothing but 4, and that will be the final answer. Copy down question number 14. So this is going to be a tricky question. So you get 0 to the power of negative 2. Remember, the one thing you have to understand is the exponents is not positive. So if it is negative, I have to switch places. So I'm going to stick a 1. So now I'm going to reverse the place. I'm going to trade my place. So the 1 goes on the top, and 0 now in exchange gets a positive 2, which is happy. So this is going to be 1 divided by 0. 0 squared is nothing but 0 times 0, which is 0. And if you stick this in the calculator, your calculator is going to give an error message. So which means this is going to be undefined. No one has given a name for this. It's undefined. Copy question number 16. So you get 7, negative 6, 7, 4. So there is nothing wrong with the 7 to the power of 4. So that stays as it is because it's positive exponent. The only thing is you cannot do with a negative exponent. So I need to give up my place. So I'm going to write a 1 on the bottom. So now giving up my place, switching my place around. So the 1 goes on the numerator. 7 in return gets a positive 6. So you can exchange your place to get rid of the negative exponent. So now if I write a 1 on the bottom, so 1 times 7 to the power of 4 is 7 to the power of 4. 1 times 7 to the power of 6 is this. And if I were to expand, it's going to look like 7, 7, 7, 7. If I were to expand the denominator, it's going to be 7, 7, 7, 4, 5, 6. And now I can cancel, 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 cancel. So which is going to leave me with just a 1 on the top and 7 times 7, which is 49. Those are the only two 7s left, and this will be nothing but a 1. So if everything gets cancelled, it doesn't turn to a 0. You still have a 1 to deal with. So 1 over 49 will be the final answer. Copy number 17. So you get 2, negative 1, 5. Now if you apply the power of the power, you need to multiply. So that becomes 2 to the power of negative 5. Power of the power means multiply the exponents. So once you get 2 to the power of negative 5 as your first step, you understand that this is a negative. There is nothing you can do with a negative exponent, so you have to switch your places. So I'm going to reverse my position. I'm going to trade my place. So 1 is going to go on the top, and 2 in return gets a positive 5. So watch the thing. So 2 goes on the bottom, and in exchange, it gets a positive. So this will be nothing but 1 to the power of 2 to the power of 5 is 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. 2 times 2 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 2 is 4. Multiply it by 2 again, and you're going to get 32. Stick it in the calculator, and you can get 1 over 32. Copy number 26. So the first one, I'm going to write a 1, realizing this is a negative exponent. So realizing I need to switch my places. So 1 goes on the top, and 3 gets a positive 2 times 5, and 7 to the power of 0 is 1. Any number which has a power of 0 always gets a 1 for an answer. So for example, 13 to the power of 0 is also a 1. 219 to the power of 0 is also a 1. Any number which has a power of 0 is a 1. So this becomes 1. I'm going to highlight and show you what changed. 7 to the power of 0 changed to a 1. So now I have 1 times 5 is 5. 3 to the power of 2 is 3 times 3, which is 9. And 9 times 1 is just 9. So this will be the final answer. Now copy question number 31. So if you realize you have a negative 2, so what you're going to do is, you realize the negative 2, so I can apply my switching places, trading the place. So I'm going to reverse my position in exchange for a positive. So I'm going to get 1 over negative 11h. The whole entire thing now becomes a positive, which is happy. So watch this. The whole entire thing gets a positive 2 because you are switching the position. So now all you have to do is 1 over, now you apply the 2 to each one of them. So negative gets a 2, 11 gets a 2, h gets a 2. Make sure that you're putting the parentheses around each one. So this is going to be 1 over negative, it's nothing but negative times negative, which becomes positive. 11 to the power of 2 is 11 times 11, which is 121 h squared. This will be the final answer. Pause the video, you work this out again and try and see if you're getting the same answer. Copy number 34. Now once again you're realizing that the outside exponent, so the whole entire thing is 1 unit. The outside exponent is negative. You don't want a negative exponent on the outside. So let's reverse the place. So I'm going to get 1 over the whole entire thing without any look at what is inside now gets a positive 3. So this is the only benefit of switching the place, that you end up in getting a positive exponent. Now you apply all the rules. So you're going to get 1. So 3 goes for 6, 3 goes for the x, 3 goes for the y. So 6, open parenthesis, stick a 3. X to the power of negative 2 gets a 3. Y to the power of 3 gets a 3. So there are multiple ways to get the answer. This is just one method. So this will be 1 over 6 to the power of 3 is 6, 6, and 6. Multiply them. You're going to get 216. And this will be power of the power. So this will be x to the power of negative 6. And this will be power of the power. So you multiply. 3 times 3 is going to give you a 9. Now when you realize you are still stuck with the negative exponent. So since there is nothing you can do with the negative exponent, let's say 1, 2, 1, 6 stays. y to the power of 9 stays. So the only thing I'm going to reverse my place is instead of putting it on the denominator, I'm going to stick it on the numerator, giving up my spot. So the one thing I'm going to highlight and show you is this in green. So this being on the denominator now comes to the numerator. I just switched its position in exchange to get a positive exponent. So this basically is x to the power of 6, 216, y 9. The same answer can also look like 1 over 216 times x6, y 9. Keep in mind, this is the same as this.